দর্শক এইমাত্র যারা আমাদের আজকের আলাপচারিতায় যোগ দিলেন, অবশ্যই বিষয় হিসেবে আমরা আলোচনা করছি সিটিং গভর্নমেন্ট হিসেবে গ্রেটেস্ট ডিফিট, হিস্টোরিক্যাল ডিফিট ফর কনজারভেটিভ পার্টি অন দেয়ার ব্রেক্সিট ডিল। আজকে আলোচনা করবার জন্য অবশ্যই প্যানেল মেম্বার হিসেবে আছেন আমার ডান দিক থেকে কাউন্সিলর আবদালুল্লাহ, কাউন্সিলর ফর লন্ডন বরো অফ টাউন হ্যামলেটস রয়েছেন আমার ডান দিকে, জনাব মুকিম আহমেদ, অনারারি প্রেসিডেন্ট ফর কনজারভেটিভ ফ্রেন্ডস অফ বাংলাদেশ, এবং আমার বায়ে রয়েছেন জনাব পারভেজ আহমেদ, কাউন্সিলর ব্রেন কাউন্সিল। ধন্যবাদ আপনাদের তিনজনকে আমাদেরকে সময় দেওয়ার জন্য। বিরতিতে যাবার আগে পারভেজ ভাই, ইউ আর সেইং in relation to your opinion about what Mukim bhai was saying, how they are going to deal with this situation.
I was trying to say that thing as well, because you see our party leader, Labour Party leader was mentioned, then why not to bring another second option? If today this vote, if they lost this today's vote, then within 3 days inside they can bring another second option, but it was not come through. So that's why opposition leader was bring the no confidence motion for tomorrow. So let's see.
But is your party thinking that you're going to be able to win that no confidence? Because Mukim bhai was very clear that his party is not going to bring that no confidence, or they will not allow that to happen. So where do we stand? Because if tomorrow you are not in a position to win that no confidence motion, that means Conservative Party will have to go ahead with either no deal or a revised deal.
No, I think this week and next week is my speculation is there will be a lot of motion will be come through the parliament. Who will bring what, I don't know. It's my calculation is, and from that this week and next week definitely we will be know exactly which way we are moving. So we need to wait and see again. But every politician, I think they are very busy right now, because they have every group they have a different team. And again, in this case for tomorrow is DUP is a very good, another big factor, and DUP already they all announced and they will be back towards the present government. So the stand vote is secured for the Prime Minister. But again, 118 who against voted today. So now she need to find it out.
What do you think the Prime Minister could do in relation to bring or have the confidence of these 230 parliamentarians?
Not 230 actually, it's 118 from her.
No, from her party, but 230.
She need to think about her 118 first to back up her if she wants to save her no confidence. Forget about our Labour or other parties, but her 118 is a main factor, plus 10 DUP. So DUP she's secured now. So 118 is a main factor. So I believe in terms of party activist, every party they have some self thinking. I don't know which way they will be think tomorrow. If they want to take some advantage,
I'll come to you, Mukim bhai.
I think ultimately Article 50 will be rebuked or extended, but probably it will be rebuked, and we'll go back to what what he has been saying. We'll have to ultimately go to
about second referendum.
We won't say referendum, but we'll go back to the public.
So that means second referendum.
And we ultimately, I think, I've got a feeling that.
But the health secretary today, when he was interviewed,
yes,
he was quite confidently saying that second referendum is not an option.
We are trying to maintain the status quo, that referendum happened and the vote of the people, the will of the people has to be followed. That we are maintaining. But then at the back of our mind, I think some of the MPs.
So this is quite a confusing state for.
It is all mumbo jumbo.
For the country,
it is very difficult
on one hand,
yes,
your the prime minister, at the same time, important ministers are clearly giving us an indication that second referendum is not an option. The prime
some
minister,
are saying there is an option.
No.
Some are also saying there is an option.
Yeah, but the most of the important ministers, obviously the prime minister and the health minister, they are saying, health secretary, they are saying
those
second
who
referendum
are in the cabinet or very close to.
But at the same
minister.
time, second referendum is not an option. We are being told. At the same time, what we are also being told, that in terms of what you are going to do from now till you're going to I think next Monday, that you're going to try and speak to the senior parliamentarians and try and listen to their voice, listen to what they have to say.
But you must
But you had 2.5 years to do that.
Yeah, but
so what
today,
exactly
today
are
I
you
hope
going to
you have
listen?
followed Boris Johnson. Boris Johnson is mellowed down now. I don't know whether you have followed.
Yeah,
his
I
interview.
did.
You
I
did.
did. I
He's
did
mellowed
listen.
down. His stance is not as it was before. So therefore, I think the whole Brexit idea is slowly diluting. And at the end of the day, I hope it's for my interest and your interest, who are the Remainers, that we hang on to our position.
Yeah,
in
but
Europe.
Boris Johnson didn't indicate in any form or shape that he would support a second referendum.
No, he can't. He cannot say that. The Prime Minister cannot say that as well, right? But I'm not saying that at the back of our mind they have got this intuition. But what I'm saying is that the people who are closer to the Prime Minister or who are higher up in the party hierarchy, they are still maintaining.
Okay, so what do you think the European Union might say? Because obviously Brussels, I believe, has indicated that they're not going to be open
But
to
they will
reopening
give
this
extension
deal.
of time. They will give.
That's
Yeah,
That's
but they're not
extension of time.
keen on reopening this deal.
They will not. They will
Okay.
not. You see, they can.
So what's going to happen if
they realize-
extended time has been given? What's going to happen?
Like I said, ultimately we'll have to go back to the people. But before going back to the people, there will be intention or.
So you see, going back to the people is the solution.
That's the ultimate
Abzar,
solution.
what do you make out of it? Because in terms of what, obviously, on one hand, for the benefit of the people of Britain, we would like to see some stability, we would like to see some certainty, we would like to come out of this dismay. But it doesn't look like that next couple of weeks or until 29th of March, I believe, we will see that, because if European Union is not keen on reopening this deal that Theresa May has managed to secure, obviously the parliamentarians have overwhelmingly rejected this deal. Some parliamentarians are saying no deal is better than this deal, including Conservatives' own MPs. Where do we actually stand?
Well, as I said in the first part, this is a catastrophic disaster created by the Conservative
No, in terms
Party.
of going forward.
So going forward, I mean, the option of a no deal is better than a deal. You know, the hard Brexit, the soft Brexit. I think what we need to do
But
is
then
to
the situation has changed now.
yeah, the focus now is the European Union, you know, is not going to bend over backward to accommodate Britain as
Correct.
one nation,
Yes.
when there are 28 other countries who don't want to, you know,
27 other
27, sorry, because they don't want the club to be broken. You know, the bigger picture by Germany, France, and the sort of the more bigger nations in the European Union don't want Britain to hold the 27 nation to hostage.
Correct.
Okay, so that's the thing. If and when, I think the better option, rather than obviously I would like a people's voice, is for the nation to go to a vote.
Yeah.
For us to go to a vote with a clear mandate from the people, because, you know, the Conservative Party have been fighting each other. They had a leadership contest, they had a second leadership contest, a no vote on the leadership of Theresa May. She didn't do that great. She literally just won. So I think the clear mandate from the public out there for a vote, a general election.
Not a general election.
For a general,
Sorry.
I know you don't want that, because you know you will lose that.
Yes.
The Conservative Party, the members up and down the country know you will lose,
You don't want
because
a general election.
because you are so infighting amongst yourself. Boris Johnson desperately wanted to be the leader of the party. He failed miserably. Hence why he's been mellowed, is because he's got no room to maneuver. He has no option, being this pompous, you know, politician character that he was, because he has failed. All his card that he laid on the table has backfired. Theresa May has won by hook or crook. She's still going to be a leader.
But do you think your party will get the confidence of the people that you will be able to
Yes.
deliver a better deal for the country in relation to Brexit?
Absolutely. If you look at the shamble that the Conservative, at least what we are as a party, we are united. Okay,
You
know,
haven't given
see-
us an
you see,
alternative. There is
in the
no
last
alternative.
2.5 years, all we've heard is about Brexit.
Can-
But this country is going to the rubble because of, there are
So if you could respond to Mukimbai's question,
Can I
what
add
what
on something?
exactly? Okay,
Yeah.
you will have the opportunity, Parvez bhai, but what exactly are you going to offer to the country
But this
in
is
terms
it.
of an alternative?
The alternative, the whole country has been fixated. This failing
No,
government.
if you give people an opportunity for a second referendum, and if they still come back saying yes, we want Brexit, what alternative would you?
But that's
be
what
able
I'm
to
saying.
give?
A general election is a one-stop solution because, yes, Brexit is very important. In our lifetime, it's probably the most important. But also, a nation of 68 million people, there are other issues. Okay, inequality in our life. This disparity between
No,
the
but-
rich and the
but-
poor.
but that
So the
is
Labour
general-
government,
sorry,
the Labour
Azhar bhai,
government will
general
You
address.
have to culminate it to bring it
Yeah.
to that position.
The Labour
General
government
election-
will work.
Position.
But general election you're demanding is that on the Brexit issue, right?
No, what I'm saying to you is a Labour government that will deal with the Brexit, but also deal with the inequalities in our society.
But that is secondary.
No, it's not. This is what I mean.
Yeah, but
We are
the
talking about the
equality
Brexit.
issues were
conservative-
dealt with at the last election,
No,
and you lost.
Conservative Party has used the last 2 years to do nothing but talk about Brexit, but also at the same
past
time,
year.
but at the same time,
Can I-
people's life
can I-
has
Okay, let
become
Parvez
worse.
bhai
Can I-
come back.
Can
Yeah.
I add on a little bit?
Yeah.
Look, just you mentioned how people will be supported or not, because around the country, people are badly suffered since last 2 years because of the local government. We are inside the local government. We know how much sufferer we are, how we are running the council, and how we are delivering the services. I agree. I mean, he will agree with me. So
Yeah, but
because of-
you are not
becau-
you are not asking for a general election
No.
on those issues. You are
No,
asking
no.
on the Brexit
No,
issue.
that's because of last 2 years. Apart from Brexit, nothing they need to think about it. How they're going to remove this kind of hardship.
The austerity is killing the
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, but
gone,
if
brother.
if,
So
if,
the
you,
authority is not
if you
gone.
are
So-
if
so
you are
now-
in power for these 2 years, Parvez bhai, your party would have done the same. Your party would have negotiated, worked on the Brexit issue, Brexit deal, isn't it?
No, because again, I have to go back again. When political party leader was agreed for the referendum. Remember, this referendum not from last couple of 2-3 years. It's come from long time back. I remember Tony Blair was not agreed about the referendum. He said, okay, we'll see. But end of the day, David Cameron, when he come, and I think
Coalition government.
Nick Clegg, both of them, they agreed, and they
But
bring
Parvez
this
bhai,
mess.
even with that Brexit issue, people still the election after, people still voted for Conservative.
Yes, of course they can.
So you were not able to convince people,
No, again-
of Britain
No.
that your
But
party would have
but
been
it
a better
wasn't
choice
no,
for them.
It was a very narrow victory.
Doesn't matter, you lost.
That's a
No,
narrow
I'm
victory.
Doesn't matter,
That's a-
you lost.
No, we'll not lose. I cannot tell
No,
you.
you lost.
No,
you
there
lost
were-
at the last
no,
election.
No. They were totally different. This next, if it is go next general election or people vote, whatever it is, it will be totally different scenario.
How do you know that?
No, I'm
How
telling
do you
you.
predict that?
I'm telling you. Reason
Bankruptcy,
is,
really.
reason is when they campaigned last referendum election, they lied. Where is our 300 million for the NHS? Where is this money? Now everybody's calm and quiet.
No,
So
that's what
people
I'm
know.
saying, that you are asking
So-
for a general election on the
so-
issue of Brexit.
Issue of Brexit, then we need to show them, we need to tell them, look, if we come out,
So what
these are the
exactly,
impact.
what exactly is going to be your position or your party's position in relation to Brexit? Are you going to say to the people that you're going to come out of Brexit? Because if you give them a second choice, second referendum,
Still
and
will be-
if the result of the second referendum is still that they want to come out of European Union, what exactly is going to be your deal?
I think since if you think about the media coverage last
No.
2, 3, 4
Just
months.
no.
Who-
Parvez
no,
bhai, Parvez
no.
bhai, if the decision of the second referendum is that they want to come out of European Union, what exactly is going to be your party's position?
Then again, we'll be put our when we'll put our what do they call manifesto, then it will be clear. Those messages will be go down there. If it is go people vote or if it will go general election, every party will be put their manifesto.
আপনাদের
Regarding- look,
make it clear for the audience. যদি আবার সেকেন্ড রেফারেন্ডাম হয় এবং সেকেন্ড রেফারেন্ডামের আউটকাম ইজ দ্যাট পিপল ওয়ান্ট টু কাম আউট অফ ইউরোপিয়ান ইউনিয়ন, what exactly is going to be your party's position? Will your party support the wishes of the people? You have to.
No, again, Because
have to. You
yes,
have to.
we
Okay.
have
So
to.
if
But
you're
before that, we'll ask them.
No,
you will
you have
be-
already asked the
then
people.
no. But
You have
this
already
we
asked the
can't-
people. You have given them
No,
a choice.
we can't.
I'm saying, if a second referendum happens, you're giving people the choice,
Of course.
and people are actually choosing
That's
to come
right.
out of European Union.
Right.
What exactly will be your party's position? Will you support the wishes of the people?
Of course,
Or
they have to be. This is
okay,
democracy.
okay. Then what exactly will your party be proposing in terms of the Brexit plan?
No,
That
but-
is going to be anything better than what Conservative Party is proposing?
No,
But they want to remain in
No.
the custom unions and single
No,
market.
no.
That's what Jeremy Corbyn has been saying.
no. Then, before the going for the vote, their choice, they know exactly they are going to go for the vote for what reason, what impact will become to it.
Okay,
Each of them.
okay. For
Then
argument's sake,
then-
if you're
no,
you're
argument-
giving
you c-
everything out
no,
to people,
you can argue. Then yes, if it is come like this again, same kind of result or same kind of opinion, then majority of them come out. Then again, time will be say. At least we tried.
So
we tried to explain
okay,
our
so we
people.
will be in the same
which was
position as we are now.
Last
I think Jeremy Corbyn's position is that we remain in the customs union, right, and the single market. That's what he wants to achieve.
yeah, but how
Am
can
I right in saying that, Abdul Wahab?
that's what he's indicating?
That's his indication. But as I said,
Yes.
you know, we are talking about the Brexit as a major issue. But what I was trying to say, if there is a general election, people will solely not be voting on just on the Brexit. You know, there is other implicit in our life in
I
Britain.
know, but at the same
But then
time,
we have to
Abdul
arrive to
Bhai,
that
at
position.
the last
We have not arrived to
election,
that position
people did not vote.
But people
for
did
Labour
not vote
Party.
for Labour Party. That is true, but it was not an overwhelming victory for the Conservative
Doesn't
Party.
matter. You still
No,
lost.
it does matter because you know the Prime Minister Theresa May called a snap election, thinking she was going to win.
more majority.
More majority, but she
lost
fell
her majority.
miserably. She fell miserably. It was one of
But
the
that was
spectacular.
possibly a
one go-
miscalculation. But at the same time,
I know.
nevertheless, the fact remains
And wrong
that Labour
campaign
Party
policy.
lost.
It was a wrong campaign policy.
It was well. That's an internal issue
So
for the
if I
Conservative
ask the
Party.
same question to you, Abdul Bhai, that if, for argument's sake, you give people a second referendum and they came out of the same results that they want to come out of European Union, what exactly will be your party's position?
If a second referendum was given to the people of this country, I strongly believe, it is my belief, and through all the sort of calculations that I've been reading and hearing about, the people will vote to.
That's only your
stay.
prediction.
No,
but
no,
what
But
if?
hypothetical
But if, no, I know.
Yeah.
But
It's a
in your
hypothetical
sense,
question she's asking you.
if the people will, and in a democratic society like ours, if
We have
people
to
voted
respect
to leave the European Union, knowing the full facts, unlike the lies that
Okay,
the
so knowing the full fact, if
we
people
believe
of Britain
we will
decides
then
to
we will
leave,
then work on a notion of a deal that still keeps us as a partner agency with European, that we shared
how are you
intelligence.
going to do that?
Because I believe, the notion that Keir Starmer has been working on around a deal that is more suitable for the beneficial of our country, respecting the rights of 3 million Europeans who work here,
So
1.5 million British.
why do you think that's going to happen? How you're going to get a better deal than what Conservative Party has been able to negotiate
Because
so
I
far?
think there will not be a chop and change. We've had the same Brexit shadow minister who has been liaising
So
with
do
Europe.
you think European Union cares about that?
I think there's consistency.
No?
Well, unlike Tory government, what Theresa May has done, she has sent her Brexit minister to Europe, then she sends a second convoy group of people. She's been undermining her own team. There is none of that, and the European Union see that the kind of the falling, the kind of the axing of each other in the Conservative Party.
Yeah, but
they've
at
not
the
had-
same time, I believe European Union has indicated that, in terms of what Jeremy Corbyn wants, that the Parliament Customs Union,
Yeah.
single market
Market.
agent position. How you're going to secure all this, not being a full member of European Union, because they've clearly indicated that if you're not a full member of European Union, you're not going to get benefits of all this. But he's
everything
indicating
comes with a tariff. Everything
I
comes
know,
with a tariff, and this is what I mean. It's a give and take
No,
scenario.
what she's trying to say is that if you cannot achieve this,
If you- I know what she's
how
saying.
can you achieve it afterwards?
Well, no,
That
this is what I'm trying to say. The dialogue and the relationship between what your government has done by undermining each other.
Yeah.
Sending David.
Three
Three
Yeah, but
shadow
at
ministers.
the same time, Abdul Bhai, you indicated at some point of your what we are saying before, the European Union doesn't want Britain to come out of European
Correct,
Union, right?
correct, yes.
So at no whether it's Conservative Party or whether it's Labour Party, they are after actually for Britain to remain
To
within
remain.
European.
And-
So how
But
do
that's
you
why
think
that's
they're
why I
gonna
feel
make
very
Labour's,
confident.
Labour's life easier than
That's why I
Conservative
feel very
Party?
confident.
That's why
If there was a
people-
people's vote, knowing what people know now, people are being given the truth. They've woken
was
up and
misguided.
realized the miscalculation, the lies on the big bus,
Yeah.
the 300 million pound.
So you are
And this is
relying
all
on
vanity
relying on a second referendum that may give you
And even
a
playing
different
field,
result.
even playing field, and also
And
a
send the
true
truth message,
truth
true
message, which will give the people the vote to say they would like to stay, remain in Europe. That is, I think, all three of us.
Yes, agreed.
I
We
know, but
agree
at
on
the
that.
same
Agree on
time,
that.
at the same time, we must respect the wishes and
Of
feelings
course.
of people of Great
Of course,
Britain.
but we must also respect the right
See,
to be told the truth.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
yeah. But at
nobody
the s-
voted to become poorer. Everybody voted to be better off than they were, right? So what Abdul Bhai is saying, I think his assessment is
yeah, but you're still coming
correct
from the
and,
Remain. You are still wearing your hat being a Remainer, okay?
Yes.
But at the same time, Brexiteers may actually have a different argument. They might say,
But they are
actually,
still-
we
No,
made
no,
a
they
decision.
still
Still
believe
arguing.
the Brexit.
Yeah,
I mean,
still-
I also happen to be in Parliament Square today. I mean, it's a historical day, and being a political, but I was there and I spoke and I listened. You know, it was iconic. Winston Churchill statue, right? There was a couple of
Yeah.
old English men standing there saying Brexit means Brexit. We want to leave.
he
And I said,
mentions old.
Yeah.
I like that.
you know, but no, because they are.
Yeah.
They are
They
mostly
got the vanity,
old.
this.
They're mostly old people who
Yeah.
voted.
Once Brexit.
You know, the young generation under 30,
All
90% wanted to remain. No,
yes.
So I was standing there. I got a picture. I'll show it
Yeah,
to you
but
afterwards.
again,
It was the older
Remainers
generation.
lost.
The Remainers lost, but because of the young, older generation who've been mislaid, who are vulnerable, they
No.
felt that the 300 million pound investment in NHS will mean much more of a care for them in the older days. But it was all lies.
But that's the perception. That's the perception
but
of
that
the
is
position for the Remainers.
But that was also
At
the
same
issue
time,
around
at the same
xenophobia.
Time, that's the perception. That still is the perception of the Remainers. We also have heard from the Brexiteers. They are clearly saying still they are marching and clearly saying we want to come
No,
out
but
of European
outnumbered.
Union.
If you look at the people,
Outnumbered.
700,000 people
Again,
went.
that's the perception of the
no.
Remainers.
The fact fix yourself. 700,000 people came for the remaining demonstration,
Yes.
and a handful of far rights and Tommy Robinson and others. You know, hundreds of them.
Yeah, but at the same time there could be silent majority of Brexiteers.
No.
দর্শক ছোট্ট বিজ্ঞাপন বিরতির পর আমরা ফিরে আসছি আমাদের সঙ্গেই থাকুন